I'm Liz Wright with the University of Illinois Extension, and today we're going to freeze green beans. You want to begin with clean hands. Take your green beans that you have grown yourself or purchased. Simply snap off the stem end. It is not necessary to snip off this bottom end. Snap them into inch and a half pieces. Wash them thoroughly under running water. We're going to start with a pound of green beans, and I'm going to measure them in this pound container, and that's about a pound. The next step is crucial. We're going to blanch the green beans before we freeze them. Blanching slows down the enzymatic process. The enzymatic process is the ripening process. Plants rot then to enable the seed to grow a new plant. So we want to stop that. We want to keep the green beans at their peak, ripe, most nutritious state. So we're going to take our green beans and put them in a blanching pot where the water is at a full rolling boil. The blanching process needs to be timed, and we want to time this with a minute timer, not a kitchen timer. Your water should return to boiling within a minute. If it takes longer than a minute for your water to return to a boil, you have too many green beans in there. So we're going to set our timer to 3 minutes, and as soon as this comes back to a boil, we will start our timer. So when your timer goes off, turn the stove off, bring it over to the sink, slowly lift the lid away from you so you're not burned by the steam. Then gently lift the pan up out of the boiling water and tilt to drain the water from the beans. Immediately place the beans in your ice water to cool them out and stop the cooking process. Drain the ice water off of the beans. You want the beans to be relatively dry when you put them into the freezer. It's recommended that you only blanch about a pound of vegetables at a time, and so reserve the water in your pot, and you can reuse that boiling water several times until you have used all of your beans. Before you put the beans into the bag, you want to put the date and what it is, so you can clearly see this winter what you're pulling out of your freezer. It works best if you place the bag inside another container. Put our pound of blanched green beans into our freezer bag. Now we want to make sure that we're getting as much air out of the bag as possible. So gently tap the beans on your counter. Fold the bag over. And then begin at one side, squeezing the seam together to create the seal. Flatten your bag out. Place it in the freezer with enough room around it for the 0-degree air to circulate and freeze the green beans quickly. After it has completely frozen, then you can stack other bags on top of it. Freezing is an economical, easy, quick way to preserve the taste of summer well into the winter. I hope your family enjoys these frozen green beans.